Broken Puppet. I hope you guys enjoy my new daily tutorials. And now remember, if you want to see more, click subscribe. And if there's anything in particular you want me to draw, just comment below. And but other than that, this one is how to draw a neo-traditional nurse. Enjoy.
Right people, how to draw a neo-traditional nurse. Now this is going to be kind of like 3/4 angle, so she's not going to be looking frontwards, she's not going to be looking sideways, it's kind of like in between. This is going to be done on your iPad Pro in Procreate. But you can do it on paper with pens, markers, whatever you want, just copy what I do on there. So as usual, 4 layers, sketching, line work, shading, colour. Start with sketching, then we'll work our way down. So I'm going to go dark red, sketching, technical pencil. So here we go. So I'm going to start with a circle, like that. Going to bring a line down, and curve this line into it. And roughly where it all connects here, I'm going to bring a little curved line this way. And pretty close to this one, I'm going to bring a line up, like so. So now what I'm going to do, work up roughly about halfway through, and bring in a curved line, like so. About halfway through that, I'm going to bring another line. And about halfway through that, I'm going to bring another line. Now just above that line, only a little bit, I'm going to bring a line across, like this. It's going to come out a little outside that circle. So come outside the circle, and then kind of have it connect up to the top. Then what we're going to do here, just after where it connects, just here, going to bring a line down to the point where it connects, just here. Bring another line up this way. You want this line to be a little bit longer than the other one. And then what we're going to do, this point where these two lines connect, I'm going to come down with a line now. Bring this line down until we're pretty much touching the side bit here. But you want to make sure it touches before we touch this line here, because you want to bend down into this. So we're going to create this curved line here that's going to touch that line. Going to go up a touch, out a touch, and then come around, create a nostril. So come up from this line, create another line, just going up that way, and from here just curve upwards. And a little line just here underneath the nose, just there. So you can see you've been up the shape of the nose now. And now where we've got this line that cuts through here, this line is where the eyes are going to be. You want to make sure the eyes are quite big, so we're going to start line above it. Nice thick line going up, and then curving outwards and flicking outwards. So you know you've got a bit of an eyelash, do a couple of flicks on there. Little line just above it, and then getting the line coming from below the line, connecting up to it. Zoom out, make sure you've got your right sort of size. Yeah, I quite like that for the size. If you bring the line up here from the nose, touching that line we've done at the top, this point is roughly where you want to start the eye. So again, we're going to come up, a nice thick bold line, flicking out, shorter lines. And I like to make sure this line is above this line. It kind of gives a bit of a cat eye, which I think just makes it look more feminine. It's a touch bit lower than that, I think, actually. Just circle that round until it connects up with the eye again. I'm going to have 2 circles inside the eye. I'm going to do this a little bit to the left, so it looks like she's looking a bit to the left. And I'm going to add the eyebrows. So where this line comes out there, we're going to do a little diagonal line which just kind of connects that side part. And the eyebrows, I'm going to have a little bit sad, so they're going to be pointing down a little bit. So I'm going to start this one here, so it's going to curve around and down. Make sure you go past the eye with it. Just some diagonal lines kind of across it. So that's the eyes and that's the nose. Next up is the mouth. So I'll bring a little line just above this one. That's going to be like my middle line. So I'm going to make a little dip just as it touches this straight line. Come out a little bit, come out. And make sure you come plenty past the nostril. Now bring this up. Make a little V shape just as you hit that line. And then curve that line round to connect up to that side part of the lip. Again here, just curve this around. Bring this across. Just a touch bit below that line. I like to make the bottom lip just a little bit bigger than the top lip sometimes. Like so. A little line just here, just curve just underneath the nose as it gets towards the nostril. Now go bring this line up here. Again, make a bit of a curve. You want this to kind of curve into the eye a bit. So you've got a bit of a cheekbone there. And I'm going to draw a little circular shape just beneath the chin. I'm going to curve around this now, so I'm going to get this, kind of touch that line, and then we're going to work out how we want to sort of draw to sit. Now the jaw sort of determining, you know, a lot about the face, you know, about, you know, how skinny she is, or, you know, a lot of personality. So I'm going to have this coming back, come a little bit higher, and it's going to connect up roughly where around that line was, where we've done this line going up, like so. So now we've got that, so we've got the jawline in there. And what I'm going to do, just come back from the side part here, and create this curve, and this curve is going to come across, connect out to the mouth. And this is going to give us a hint of roughly where you want that cheekbone. I want it roughly sitting there. I'm going to create this rough circle around the eye. And what I'm going to do, curving off of this, I'm going to create this curve. It's going to come around that jawline and connect up on the bottom part of that circle where the chin is. It's just going to tell you where you want your shading. You kind of want the shading in this area. So now we've got that on here. You know, if you're going to have the ear on show, you want the ear to kind of fit generally kind of in this kind of space. But the ear's not going to be showing in this one. So I'm going to come here now, I'm going to do the hat. So we're going to come above the head. And the first bit is the top part that, you know, sort of cuts across the head. Similar to the old school one we've done. So I'm just going to bring my razor down, just turn it down so we can see everything we do. So line across, come up, another line across. Don't worry about how far you go at this point, you know, because we're just sketching it in roughly. I'm going to bring a line here from outside the head, cutting up past that line. And another one is going to come down here, like so, and it's going to come down to the bottom of the face, like so. Now I'm going to have some hair in here. Now we've got this, I'm going to sort of plot in the hair. Now I want to have like a nice kind of curl here. I want to give like a bit of an old-fashioned sort of style. So we're going to have this nice curl. So it's going to curve up, curl around, bring some lines there. Bit of a wavy hair just on the side part, just there. Similarly here, I'm going to have this curved around. I'm going to create a nice curve just here as he goes under there. Now I'm going to make this chin just come in a little bit, I think. Giving a too strong a chin, I don't want that. It's just going to take away a little bit from what I want from us. So I'm going to shrink that chin down a touch. Yeah, I prefer that. That's much better. Just bringing that secondary line just above the eye. And just below the eyes, I'm going to bring in a little line as well. Like so. And once we've got this habit here, we're going to have this cross here. So we're going to have like two rectangles cutting through each other. It's going to fit in there. I'm going to bring this part of the hat, which is going to curve around. And now I've got this, I'm going to sort of like make it a few little detail lines, because also I don't just want to be like a big blank kind of space. So I bring this down. When we go here on the shoulder, I'm going to curve this one around. I'm just going to curve into it. It's going to have a line curve up there. Secondary line just there. And then that can maybe connect up to there. So we've got that, which I quite like. Now coming down, if you follow that line around the chin and just kind of drag it down, now kind of hint where you want your neckline to be. So I'm going to sort of curve that line, just coming down here. So it's going to sit there. I'm going to bring in a bit of a triangle now, so we're going to come down, come up, and curve out, and create here. So you've got this kind of sort of triangle shape. It's basically like a collar. I'm going to bring this one coming out this way, which is going to go underneath that hood, which is going to come out this way, go that way, and another line just there. So you can see you've got the face putting up quite nice in there now. I might have a bit of a hint of a rose just underneath here. You know, I've got tutorials on roses. You know, if you want to see a full length tutorial on that, just go on and have a look. You know, I've got quite a few, and I'll have a few more as well, because roses are always handy to have. But rather than going into detail on it, you can just check out those tutorials. So I'm just going to sketch this one in quickly. And then in the background, I want to have the cross in the background. Very big kind of behind her. So I'm going to sketch it in and I'll neaten it up when I sort of do it in colour. So yeah, the hint of the cross behind her. Increase those size a little bit. So that's all the main detailing parts of the face now. So now if you want to sort of like bring any bits in you can, I can make her lips a little bit there, make her cheekbones just a little bit wider I think. And then what we can do, line work, black, inking, yeah, you want to ink over it. Now I'm going to use technical pen for this. About that sort of thickness. So I'm going to go over everything we just done with a black pen and do some refined details, but I'll talk you through them as we do them. So to start with, now this nostril. It's going to come on that. Line up there, get this line for the eye in. Couple of eyelash flicks. Line there. I'm going to put a pupil in here, so a black dot, and I'm going to do a little circle on the side, just like a highlight. Line underneath the eye. Little flick down just in the lip, which I like to do. Couple of bottom eyelashes. Getting this jawline. Get this other eye in here now. Don't worry about going the same speed as me. I know I'll go pretty quick with this. Take your time, go as slow as you want. Just try and match up your pupil shape and get the right sort of same thickness on either side. Just that'll do. Let's bring that eyebrow. A few lines I'm not going to do, like where we've got this line just here and here. I'm not going to have these in bold, I'm going to do those with a shading. Get this bit of hair in here, so just create that nice kind of curl texture. And you're literally just following the shape of the line, just curving around with it. You can go a bit thicker in places if you want, a bit thinner. My recommendation is to maybe a couple of thick lines and then have mostly sort of thin ones in the inside. I find for near traditional it gives the best kind of results. Let's get this nice wavy hair in there. Might have a little random hair strand just coming off here, I think. Quite like that sometimes. Get that hat in there. This collar bit. Make sure your lines all connect up. It makes it much easier when doing the shading and the colouring. So when you get to the edge, just make sure it goes all the way to the edge. So I'm just going to whip in here a rose, just making this up as I go along. Get a little leafy bits in here. Love roses, they're like the perfect filler. I don't think there's any design where a rose wouldn't work. Cool, so we got that there. Just put a few little line details of the hair just here. Bring this hair wave. Some curls going that way. Cool, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn down the shading so I still see it. Just going to create another layer on top. I'm going to turn the transparency on this. I'm just going to put in a few of those shading lines. What line I forgot there? A few of the shading lines just so we can kind of see where everything is, so we know, you understand why I'm putting stuff in certain places. Cool, that's all looking good. So now I'm going to go into the shading. You can use whichever shading tool you prefer. I like the spray paint tool in here. It's the same one it's built into this medium nozzle. It just gives like a nice kind of edge. And click on your line work, click on it, and click reference. So now when we select, it's going to select just in the areas that we want. So I've got my sketch in, starting off with black. And basically I'm going to put in black anywhere it kind of sits underneath. Like here, these corners sit underneath the outer layer, so I'll put a bit of shadow just there. A few little bits like here in the hair. And have black from the sides. And a bit of grey just over the top. I want the hair fairly dark. And generally anytime there's like a little curve inwards, like here, in the centre part of that, I'm just going to put another little layer of the black. And then just come down over the top so you've got a bit of grey over it. Outside part just here. Black there, black through the centre. Black in that curl. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click selection tool and I'm going to click freehand this time. And I'm going to draw in the areas I want to shade into. Like I want to shade into this. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to go for this part easier. Select this all the way around. So I basically want to shade in these corners just where it kind of overlaps. Because I said, anywhere it kind of feels like it sits behind. Just a hint of it going behind there. Just a fraction, not too much around the back part there. And just here, like this section here. This part here. What's my selection? It sits behind here, so I want to get some black just in that part. I'm just going to do that for every bit here that kind of sits behind. So start off with this part here. So just as it sits behind there. This bit sits behind here. Just going to select both these little areas here. Do a little cheat so I can do both parts at the same time. So get that part there. There and just erase that top bit. And then I'm going to go automatic now, select the whole thing, and just a little bit of black, just kind of like around the outside parts. This is basically just kind of like confirming the shape and give it a bit of a sense of curve. Like so. Just as it sits behind the neck a little bit, just a little fraction there. just as it's just underneath that hat. Just a little bit there. I just do a touch in that corner as well, just to give a bit of shade there. And again, just on the face part, just as because this part sits behind it. And then I'll do a few more detail bits in the face with the shading now. Let's make sure I'm on the right layer. Right, so I'm going to start with this part here, just above the eye. Bring this down. So we're going to go quite dark around the outside part, like so. And then we're going to select again, but this time just above that eyelid. I just want a bit of black, just coming above the eyelid, like so. Similarly here. So I'm going to do this one reverse. I'm going to show you how I select around the eyelid bit there. So I said I want a dark bit like around the eyelid. A bit dark kind of around here. A little bit just there. Just to even that bit out. And then I'll just select that bit just above the eye. And just put a bit of shade in there. Like so. Then it's going to do the eyebrows. Just colour those two little corner bits which I don't want black. Well, I wanted black. So yeah, come from the sides and just like a little bit of fade in the middle so you can see the line details. Pretty much the exact same as we've done the hair bit with the eyebrows. Now here, you can draw this line around the bottom part of the nose. Oops. And then we're going to come fairly dark around the tip of it and just gently fade it out. Like so. That'll do the trick. I'm going to put a bit of shadow now just underneath the nose, so I'm just going to do this kind of like a little V shape just underneath it. Nothing much, just a little shadow. Just here underneath the chin. So just following that circular shape we've done there. And literally just that bit just underneath the lip. You know, not much, just that hint just there. Which I like to do. A little section just here underneath the neck. A little bit to the bottom of the lip, just in the corner of the lips really. Bit just on that bottom lip, not too much on the bottom lip though. And that's pretty much it for the black in the face. You know, the rest of it's going to be done in the colour in the face. I'm going to select a few little bits just in the rose now. Like I said, I'll go more in detail. Where did they come from? Like I said, I'll go into more detail with the roses and the other tutorials I've got. You know, there's no point explaining the same thing over and over. But I have got really in-depth tutorials on that. I'm literally doing this the exact same way I would do in the tutorial, I think. So I'm just whipping in like a bit of shade, just like almost the same way the face really. Anytime it kind of sits underneath, I put black. Like these kind of sit underneath the leaves, so I do them there. You know, the petals where they kind of sit underneath, I shade them there. So you see, it all kind of makes sense. Now I'm going to go colour. Going to select my red. I'm going to start off with inking tool just to draw in some the cross bit and stuff. Just going to stick with it. Ew, why is my cross so weird today? If you want to use the same colours I do have a colour palette thing on my Instagram and Facebook, so you can just copy all the colours from there and you get the exact same colours I use, with the exception of a few that I might pick, because that's mainly my old school palette I use, which I'll be using a lot of it on here. But with Neo Traditional, I do use a few other colours as well. So I'm going to select everything that I want red now. I'm just going to whip this in to begin with. Go back on the spray painting tool. So I want that red. Oh, going to do the lips red as well. I'm going to start the lips. Just going to quickly make this go pink, so I'm just going to lighten this up a touch. Just a bit here and there. Going to select yellow for these ones. Just quickly whip these in. Going to go dark green on the leaves. Select yellow. Just a bit of yellow just on the very tip of them. Like so. And then we come back to the face. So I said I was going to use red on those lips. So I'm going to start off with dark red to begin with. Just drawing the lips section, so I'm shading the lips. So get my dark red to begin with. And come on with a bit of light red on the top. Just a little bit of pink. A bit of squiggly line. Little dot. Little line just across the top part of the lip, just there. You get a nice little highlight on the lipstick. Now before I forget, just quickly put it in black. Now I'm going to come on to the facial details. Now I'm just going to quickly turn off the sketch layer now, because I don't need that. We got all our guidelines and stuff. So, automatic selection. Just going to select the main face parts. I'm going to start off with this flesh tone. So you can see where that is my colour chart. And I'm basically going to whip this kind of over the black shading and kind of in the boxes that we sort of we drew up. Like, you'll see what I mean. Like here, this line we done. So I'm kind of following this line. Just shading just a little bit over the edge of it, but not much. Come here, put a bit around the head. Bit around the cheek. A little just underneath the eyes. And here we've got this nose. Just come in here. And a bit kind of, just a little hit of this, just kind of around this way. Just line it up ever so slightly on that cheek, but it's a bit dark and I want there. And what I'm going to do is shrink this down. So there's one bit I like, and I don't like the it touched the nostril. Just run here like this little kind of highlight around the nose, which I quite like. It's a very simple little detail, but I love doing that. So now I'm going to go for this darker red skin tone. And I've pretty much gone over everything we've just done, but just a little bit further in. So just letting the other previous colour kind of do most of the work, and we're just darkening the inside parts. Can't fit this bit around the chin. Now let's forget one piece. Yeah. So I just realised I went a bit over the lip on this one. I'll correct that in a sec. Just select the area that I want to do, just in that. A little bit just underneath the chin. Like so. And now I'm going to select, and move this over. I'm going to go into like the sort of purple. I'm going to make this very, very kind of light grey lilac colour. Just make sure I've got the right sort of tone for it, yeah. And I'm going to pretty much put this above the eyes And generally anywhere the sort of shadows kind of fit. So a little bit underneath the nose. Just a hint underneath the chin. A little bit in this neck section. Just like so. Now the eyes. I normally have my eyes in orange, but I think I'm going to make these ones blue. So I'm going to come a very light blue to begin with. And come on this blue. Okay, a bit around the edge like so, leaving that highlight. I'm going to come on with black, and black just across the top part. Inside the eyeball, I'm going to select like a light grey. I'm kind of just going around the edge of it, so just following the curve of it. You know, go remember inside the eye, you still get a bit of shadow inside the eye. You know, very important. Otherwise it'll look a little bit too white. And it also brings out the white in the eyes when you do that. Going to select the face again. And select red. I'm just going to create another layer until it makes it a bit easier. I basically want a little bit of red, so I'm going to turn this transparency right down. Just coming in on those cheeks. So it's coming in from the cheek section. There. And that side, just build it up. Like so. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to set the background. Select blue. Just a bit of blue, just kind of around. And basically, because there's a lot of white and skin tone, it's just a bit of a colour to kind of contrast it up. Which I like. And then I'm going to go inking, technical pen. Come up here. Put my little signature in there, so it's got a cross on the cheek. And there you have it. That is how you draw a neo-traditional nurse. About 3/4 length sort of view. So yeah, you can apply that to other faces as well. I'll do a few more like this, so you can see other sort of styles where it's not a nurse, like old school kind of faces, kind of vintage, maybe like a pilot helmet and stuff. But yeah, I hope you like it. Check my videos, comment, like, subscribe, yada yada yada. I am the Broken Puppet, and I shall see you all next time. Peace.